It is my pleasure to enthusiastically endorse a champion of liberty, the chairman of the Freedom Caucus, a great constitutional conservative, Bob Good. And I don't want to get into a contest with him. I guess he was married 36 years. I'm just on my 34th year. But I'm so happy to have my wife Kelly with me. So a lot of you know what our routine is like. A lot of us are home during the weekends. We fly up. Do you fly or you drive from here? Most of the rest of us have to fly. We're farther away. Fly up at the beginning of the week, come back towards the end of the week, and we're always glad to get home. And sometimes people are frustrated. They want us to do more. It's like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? You say this, but why don't you do something? So I get home and I figure at least my wife will understand me, right? So I get home at the end of the week and I expect her to be at the front door with either slippers or a hug and a kiss. You know what she says to me when I come in? How come Anthony Fauci's not in jail yet? They had him today before committee. I saw a little snippet of it before I got on the plane, and his lips were moving, so you know he's lying. Interesting, though, these people don't miss a beat. He had a 5-minute opening statement. He spent the first couple minutes disavowing his aide of 20 years. He barely knows him, barely remembers his name. He says he didn't report to me. There was probably, I can't remember who, but there's probably somebody between me and him. Could he come into your office when he wanted? Oh, no. Did he? Oh, yes, sometimes, but no, he was not in my inner circle. He did not come to the meetings. Everything to disavow this guy, because what's this guy admitted to doing? Destroying evidence. What did he say in his emails? Anthony Fauci was also destroying evidence. How'd they learn how to destroy evidence? Well, they went to the IT woman, the FOIA lady, the person who works for the government who's supposed to be instructing them on turning over information so we can see it, so Congress can see it. She was teaching them how to destroy the evidence. Somebody needs to go to jail.
A lot of people have
to go. The problem is, I think there's 2 tiers of justice now. There was a time in our country, and it was not a good time, when people were not treated fairly in this country based on the color of their skin. When people didn't have equal protection, people went to court, and because of the color of their skin, I don't think they were treated fairly. It's not as much now, though, the color of your skin, as it is the shade of your ideology. I'm worried, if you pray to God, if you teach your kids at home, if you're pro-life, somebody protests in front of Planned Parenthood, they get 20 years. Somebody destroys the pregnancy center up here, what do they get? It's not the same justice that's going around. It's going to lead to further and further unhappiness. You may remember this lady, what's her name? Hillary Clinton. So she paid $8 million to her lawyers to give to a Russian spy to get a made-up dossier called the Steele dossier, which then was leaked illegally through the FISA court. They take the FISA court, and $60 million later, they don't find any evidence linking Trump to the Russians.
It was a legal expense.
It was, how is it filed? Beating me to the punchline. How was it filed? As a legal expense. How was she punished? $8,000 fine, no prosecution. It's a double standard, but it's driving this country apart. But I think if they put him in jail on July 11th, it'll be a landslide election. He'll win in the land.